Today I'm going to be explaining to you a couple ways that you can win any argument instantly, even if you're wrong, especially if you're wrong. All of these are S-tier ways of winning almost any argument. Hopefully, one of these will help you out. So the first way, a very common one we all know, and it's lying. Lying is a great way to win. You just lie. You just say something that's not true, and you say it with complete confidence. If you can make a fake statistic, that is just some bonus points there. You should definitely lie, though, with complete confidence, which ties it into our second idea of ways to win an argument, which is gaslighting. You could say something like, I never even said that. You could say a bunch of different things, but basically the idea there is to convince the other person to believe something that they didn't believe before. And it doesn't even have to be true. You could do them both hand in hand, and they work wonderfully together. Third way to win any argument is just take off all your clothes. Nothing disarms an argument like sudden nudity. If you just take off all your clothes, there's no way that the person is even going to continue the argument with you. And as soon as they start to say, oh, whatever, then you go, what? You don't want to finish? What, are you wrong? Right? Which then, kind of like can tie in with gaslighting almost. Taking off all your clothes, definitely that one's S tier for sure. The next one is making it personal. You say, oh, well, why would I believe you? Why would I believe you when you clearly don't even hit the gym? How could I trust somebody that is as short as you, right? Because you can't even see the top shelf. So what do you know about life? You right? Yeah, just insult the person. The next number 5, you could try fake crying. Now, fake crying is not always a solid win, but most people, when you start crying, it's basically a way of surrendering. So in a way, you're losing the argument, but at the same time, they're probably going to stop the argument. So in a way, it's kind of a win-win because they will never get to the point of proving you wrong because you're crying and they feel bad for you. Number 6 is just start pretending that you're possessed by a demon. This kind of ties in with gaslighting as well, but if you pretend that you're possessed, then there's no way that whatever you said before was even your words. It was the demon that took over you, right? It's not even your fault at that point that you were disagreeing, right? The next thing is you have a PowerPoint presentation planned. Nobody's going to sit through that, right? So as soon as you pull out the PowerPoint presentation, you basically win by default. And even if they do sit through it, you can usually get away with reverting back to making it personal for no reason, right? You can always just say, here's slide number 4, which clearly states that this person is too short to see the top shelf. Right. Number 8 is just start bringing up things and secrets that the person has told you in secrecy. Start bringing them up to the whole crowd. Now, this might ruin a friendship of some kind, right? If you have a relationship, a friendship, whatever, of any kind, that might ruin that. And they're definitely not going to tell you any secrets in the future, but you're just winning by default. The next thing is just basically disengage with the argument. And whenever they say something, just respond with, okay, yeah, okay. And it's like, because you've disengaged with the argument completely, they're basically going to be hit with a strong emotional damage, right? And everybody knows that emotional damage is one of the best ways to win an argument. I don't know what number I'm on anymore, but you could start filming them. The next idea is you pull out your phone, you open up the camera app, you start recording them, and you say, go ahead, tell the world how you feel, right? Then the person thinking about every word that they say so meticulously at that point that they can't quite get their point across how they wanted to. And at this point, the spotlight's on them. At this point, they're in an argument with the world. They're not even in an argument with you. And how are they going to win an argument against the world? Am I right? Of course I am. But okay. Another really good way of doing things is correcting their grammar, right? If they said a word that's not used good enough, you say, sorry, you didn't use that word well enough, right? And this kind of ties back into the whole emotional damage thing, but also, like, how could they win the argument when they're not even intelligent enough to use the right word in the sentence, right? So correcting their grammar, that's a great one. The next one is starting a fight. A physical altercation is almost always a win, especially if you're bigger and you're going to win the fight. If you lose the fight, then all you have to do is basically say, oh, why would you beat me up? You must have been wrong because you decided to beat me up, right? But if you win the fight, then you also win by default. So it's a win-win, basically, if you start a physical altercation. And that's a really common one. It works really, really well. Similarly, with the whole gaslighting and lying thing, you just reword their words, because if you can reword their words in a way that makes them seem wrong, they could say something like, no, the sky is blue. And then later on in the argument, you say, well, you said the sky wasn't even blue. You remember when you said the sky wasn't blue? And they say, no, I said it was blue. And then at that point you go, well, clearly you have a memory issue because you can't even remember what you said. Another one, this one's actually a pretty healthy option. Just walk away. Just walk away, because if you walk away mid-argument, then the other person is going to pursue the argument, and now they look like a crazy person, right? So just walk away. Just walk the other direction and don't stop. Just keep walking away. And honestly, that's probably one of the healthier options here, because you're wrong already, so you might as well walk away. And then if they pursue the argument at this point, now they're wrong. They're in the wrong, at least. They're morally wrong, right? This one's really kind of takes a few extra preparation steps, but if you could just unplug the Wi-Fi, then later on in the argument, you say, oh, well, fact check that. And now they can't fact check it, and so we don't know if they're telling the truth or not. They could be lying. They could be lying to us. We don't know. Unplugging the Wi-Fi is a pretty good option. If you can't unplug the Wi-Fi, you can always tell them to fact check it and then just take their phone and just throw it. That might make you look like the one who's wrong, but they don't have a phone now. So, and you do. So, you might not win the argument, but you at least win in that you have a phone and they don't have a phone anymore. The next one, this one's a big one. I think that this one will almost always work, and that is calling their mom. Because the thing is that when you call their mom's going to say, why are you fighting with people? I told you not to fight with people. Why are you arguing with him? He's a nice guy. He's a good kid. And then she might even say something like, oh, I wish you were more like him, right? And if someone's mom says that they wish that you were more like them, then they basically have won on a whole nother level. Like, that's deeper than the argument even. At this point, they're going to bed thinking about this. They're like, how could I be more like them? Maybe I should start gaslighting and taking my clothes off during arguments. I don't know. What does my mom even want from me? And the last one is basically just pretending that you were rage baiting them the whole time. Just pretend that you were joking, essentially. And the best way to do this is just start slowly clapping, right? And then go like, wow, I can't believe you believe that. What are you, some sort of idiot? Anyways, that's my top something. That's the best ways to win an argument that you're going to lose. And if this helps you win an argument, please let me know in the comments how I've helped you and why you are more successful at life now because of it. And if you profited off of this, then please send me some money because I'm hungry.